Hey friends, welcome to the part 56 of this playlist. This part is for members only on AZ900. Now, all the previous content, previous videos, whether it is 1 year back, 2 year back, old videos, they are still valid. The concept remains the same. The aeroplane still uses, the plane still uses aerodynamic features to fly, man. I hope by now you are a subscriber as well as a member, a Cloud Kernel or a Cloud Ninja member. Now let us jump into the questions. By the way, this is the YouTube handle of this channel. You can look for playlist, videos, shorts, and so on. See, this question is about identifying blades. AWS, Google Cloud never ask such type of questions. So these are very unique for Azure certifications. They constantly, want you to know what these blades are for. Okay, so you want to view security recommendations. You want to monitor the health of Azure services. Like which blade should you use this use for? Like you want to monitor the health of the Azure services. So if you want to monitor the health, the monitoring piece, you have to use the monitor blade. The monitor blade in here will help you with this purpose. If you want to browse available virtual machines, what are available virtual machines? These can be AMIs, machine images, and so on. You have to go to the marketplace to view it. So this has to be marketplace. And view security recommendations, you have to use advisor. See, this will give you security best practices about what, man? It will give you advice about reliability, security. This is exactly our question was us asking, man. Security, and that is why we are choosing advisor here. So this should be the final answer for all of these three questions. See, Azure certification, many times people feel, oh, I just have to answer 40 questions or whatever, 42 or something. But internally, within those each question, like for example, this is one question. Within one question, there are three questions. So this is the next question. You need to create a new virtual machine from a tablet, and that tablet is running which OS? Android OS. You use Bash in a Cloud Shell. Will this meet your goal or not? See, what is Cloud Shell? It is an interactive, authenticated, browser-accessible terminal for Azure resources. You can use that, and it provides you the flexibility. Flexibility of what? Of choosing the shell experience. You can use Bash or you can use PowerShell. So in this case, they are using Bash, which will still work, and hence the answer in this case is yes. You will get a lot of questions, and I would say like 3 or 4 of them, which will be similar in nature. It will test your knowledge about Cloud Shell, PowerShell, and so on. And if you go to different websites, wherever you find these question dump repositories, you will find it so confusing, man. There are so many people, so many tons of people writing so many comments which are contradicting each other. So this is the next question. You have an on-premises application, and it sends email notifications automatically based on a rule. A rule gets triggered, and then it sends an. For example, what can be the rule? The rule can be, for example, if the sales value, suppose you get a multi-million-dollar sales, and if it gets cancelled, that is a rule. The moment it gets cancelled, you have to send emails to the sales representatives saying, "Hey boss, why this got cancelled, man?" And they want to look at it and give urgent attention if it happened in error or so on. You plan to migrate this application to Azure. You need to recommend a serverless computing solution. See, whenever we talk about serverless, you should always think about functions. Azure Functions is a serverless solution to write less code. Okay, no infrastructure. But here you do not have this option. So what should be our next option? You should recommend it. So our next action would be Logic App. What is a Logic App? See, Logic App is a cloud platform where you can create and run automated workflows with little to no code. That means it is so easy. It is so easy to write a code or build an application. In our case, we have a flow to follow. Like whenever a rule is executed, you need to send an email. So that is something which we can do through Logic App. But let us look at other options just in case we find a better one. See, if you have mission critical web applications that you need to build with the scale of the business, then you can use web apps. So it supports continuous deployment with GitHub, and DevOps it's supported, and then it works with Windows and Unix platforms. The moment we see this Windows Unix platform or Linux platform, that means it is not serverless. So web is wrong, because see, obviously, if you are building a website like Amazon.com and say that it is serverless, nobody will buy it. It has to be on a server. It has to be on some platform, a Linux-based platform or Windows-based platform, anything of that sort. See, be saying a server image in marketplace. This cannot be serverless because it is itself a server image. How it can be serverless? If we say we do not want pollution, and then you tell, okay, in that glass cupboard, you can see a bottle of petrol. You use that. Boss, we are telling you we want electric solution. We want solar energy, and you are telling me pointing me to a bottle of petrol, it will not work. It is same as that. B is a server image, means it is not serverless. And API app, D is API app. So if you want to build cloud APIs, for example, in many cases we have systems who will give you the exchange rates. What is the today's exchange rate? What is the exchange rate just now? Okay, suppose you are trying to convert US dollars into INRs, it will give you the exchange rate. How it works? If you want to understand for your application, you want to pull the exchange rate, you make an API call to that application, that API, and you can get your exchange rate calculated in real time. That is how it works. But this cannot be on a serverless. It is full server full. It is on servers. Okay, those applications are on servers, and that is why logic app is wrong. So this would be my final solution. Sorry, API app is wrong. This would be my final answer. Logic app is the answer, because logic app, it is all about logic. It is just about logic. The moment you talk about logic, you can work serverless. So guys, by now you are a subscriber and a Cloud Kernel member. If you're able to see this video, stay tuned, stay focused, keep preparing and focusing on the concept. This is the YouTube handle of this channel. Stay tuned for so many certifications on AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, Snowflake, and so on. This brings us to the end of part 56. We will post many more such parts.